is the story of the three feathers, one of which opened a magic door. Once, a very long time ago, in a large and rich kingdom, there lived a ruler who had 3 sons. Now it happened that 2 of them were wise and clever, while the third was a silent and simple lad, and for that reason was called the simpleton. When the king grew old and weak, he didn't know which of the sons should inherit the kingdom when he died. So he said to them, "Go out and search over the whole land and bring back each of you the most beautiful carpet you can find. The one who brings the finest carpet shall be king after my death. So as to be fair with you, I'll blow 3 feathers into the air, and each of you will follow the direction in which the wind blows your feathers." And saying this, he blew the feathers. One went to the east, another to the west, but the one belonging to the simpleton fell straight to the ground. The other 2 laughed at their unfortunate brother, and then went merrily on their way, one to the left, the other to the right. The unhappy simpleton stood kicking the ground with his foot, feeling that he could never hope to be king now. And then his foot hit a trap door, which immediately sprung open. There before him was a flight of stairs. So he went down them and came to another door, knocked at it, and heard somebody inside calling,
"Little green maiden small, hopping hither and thither, hop to the door and see who is there."
The door opened, and there before him sat a great fat toad, and around her were many little toads.
"Why have you come down into the earth through my trap door?"
asked the fat toad.
"I'm looking for the prettiest and finest carpet in the kingdom,"
answered the simpleton. The toad nodded and smiled, then called to a young toad and said,
"Little green maiden small, hopping hither and thither, hop quickly and bring me the great box hither."
When the young toad brought the box, the fat toad opened it and gave Simpleton a carpet out of it.
"Oh, thank you. Thank you very much,"
stammered the simpleton as he smiled shyly at the family of toads. Then he went through the door, up the stairs, and opening the trap door, saw a world that now seemed very sunny and bright to him. Meanwhile, the other 2 sons of the king, thinking that their brother was so stupid he would not be able to find any kind of carpet, bought some poorly woven rugs from the first shepherd's wives they happened to meet and carried these home to their father. Simpleton arrived at the same time they did, carrying his wonderful carpet. When the king saw it, he was amazed and said,
"It is only fair that the kingdom should go to the youngest son."
This made the 2 clever brothers very angry, and they begged their father for another chance. He agreed and blew the 3 feathers into the air again. The feathers blew the same as before, and the simpleton again found himself standing near the trap door. He went down again to the fat toad and told her that he now must have the most beautiful ring in the world. When she heard this, the toad took out her great box again and handed the simpleton a ring glittering with beautiful stones. Simpleton thanked her once more and ran merrily up the steps and back to the king's palace. There he found that the other 2 had brought only nails from an old carriage ring, for they still did not believe that their younger brother could be smarter than they. Once again their father said, "The kingdom belongs to him." The 2 older brothers argued and argued with the king until at last he again agreed to a 3rd test for them. "The one who brings home the most beautiful woman shall be the next ruler." And again he blew the feathers into the air, and they fell as before. The simpleton quickly went down to the toad and said,
"I'm to take home the most beautiful woman."
And as soon as he had spoken, one of the ugly little toads jumped up and turned into the most beautiful woman imaginable. He kissed her, and then taking her by her soft little hands, ran with her up the stairs and to the king. His brothers came in a few minutes, bringing with them 2 ugly peasant women. When the monarch saw this, he said,
My kingdom belongs to the younger son.
The 2 older brothers demanded, Let the one be chosen whose wife can leap through the ring in the center of the hall. They were thinking that the peasant women could do this easily because they were so strong, and the woman their brother had chosen so weak and slim that she could never win. But when the 2 fat peasant women jumped, they only fell and hurt themselves. The pretty one, however, sprang through as gracefully as a deer. And no matter how much the 2 oldest brothers pleaded, the king would not change his mind again. So Simpleton was crowned king when his father died, and much to the surprise of everybody, he and his lovely bride ruled wisely for a very long time.